Phoebe Cates, a name that once made all of Hollywood stop and stare with just a few seconds of film. That unforgettable moment of the young girl stepping out of the pool in Fast Times at Ridgemont High 1982 became one of the most iconic and seductive scenes of the 1980 seconds, forever etched in the memories of millions. But just when fame was beginning to peak, Phoebe chose to disappear from the spotlight. Many said she was simply tired of the glamour, but the truth behind her decision was far more painful. She once admitted, "Leaving Hollywood was the only way to save my life." What could have driven a rising star to walk away from it all? Let's find out in this video. Phoebe Cates was born on July 16th, 1963 inches, New York City. As a dreamy little girl, she only wanted to become a beautiful ballet dancer, gracefully gliding across the stage, not walking down the red carpets of Hollywood. But life can be cruelly ironic, and fate took a turn that forced her to accept a career that would later bring her more pain than joy. She was born into a family full of entertainment industry royalty. Her father, Joseph Cates, was a major Broadway producer, while her mother, Lily Cates, was rumored to have been an actress. Phoebe's uncle, Gilbert Cates, was also a well-known television producer who often collaborated with her father, including on several annual Academy Awards shows. With such a strong artistic lineage, one might think Phoebe would naturally follow in the family's footsteps toward fame and fortune, but strangely enough, she didn't want to join the industry. At just 10 years old, she began modeling and appeared in top teen magazines like 17. Yet, she never abandoned her dream of becoming a ballet dancer. She trained tirelessly and ultimately made that dream come true when she earned a scholarship to the American School of Ballet, one of the most prestigious ballet academies of the time. But sometimes life can be heartbreakingly cruel. At the height of her happiness, when her dream seemed within reach, Phoebe suffered a severe knee injury at the age of 14. The accident not only destroyed her chance to pursue ballet, but also forced her to leave the very school where she had placed all her hopes. Phoebe returned to the modeling world, but this time she felt the weight of its constraints more than ever. What once excited her, the glossy magazine shoots and glamorous appearances, had now become monotonous, nothing more than a way to make a living. That job felt like an endless loop. "I did it only for the money." There was no joy left in it, Phoebe admitted with disillusionment. Unwilling to live a joyless life, she was determined to find a new direction to fill the void ballet had left behind. At that time, it wasn't uncommon for models to transition into acting, and with her striking looks and experience in the industry, Phoebe easily got her chance to audition. However, when faced with the harsh realities of acting, she was completely taken aback. The demands of her very first role went far beyond what she had imagined, leaving her shocked and on the verge of giving up. Yet, fate, it seemed, had already decided. There was no turning back from the path ahead. In 1982, Phoebe began her acting career with her debut role in a rather peculiar film called Paradise. It was a Canadian romantic adventure movie, but what made it stand out were the bold and provocative scenes, something Phoebe never wanted to be part of. The nude scenes in the film made her deeply uncomfortable. However, like many young people influenced by family expectations, Phoebe agreed to take the role, largely due to strong encouragement from her father, who was eager to see her enter the film industry. He believed this was a golden opportunity for his daughter. And though Phoebe disliked the idea of appearing nude on screen, she tried to face the challenge with courage. Unfortunately, the producers and director of Paradise cared little about Phoebe's comfort. They took advantage of her innocence and inexperience. Even though she had reluctantly agreed to certain nude scenes, she had no idea that a body double would be used for close-up shots without her knowledge. When Phoebe later found out, she was furious and felt completely exploited, especially since she had never wanted to take the role in the first place. She later admitted that once filming ended, regret and disappointment overwhelmed her. The experience left her heartbroken, realizing that the producers had not respected her boundaries or their promises. Phoebe once admitted in interviews that after filming Paradise, she completely cut off communication with everyone involved in the production, including her co-star Willie Ames. He revealed that Phoebe was extremely upset and wanted nothing to do with the movie. She even refused to participate in any promotional activities. Still, Phoebe didn't let that disappointment stop her from moving forward. She went on to take roles in other films, including Fast Times at Ridgemont High, a movie that would become a true American classic, especially because of its now iconic bikini scene that everyone still remembers. Although she disliked talking about it, that very film brought Phoebe the recognition she had long desired, even if her career wasn't always smooth afterward. Fast Times at Ridgemont High gave Phoebe a massive boost in visibility and opened new doors in the industry, but sudden fame came with its own set of challenges. Hollywood isn't always kind or fair to its stars, and Phoebe was no exception. The years that followed were not easy. Despite her growing popularity, she soon found herself facing the dreaded label of a has-been as roles became fewer and farther between. Yet, through it all, Phoebe refused to let those struggles break her spirit. In 1984, Phoebe discovered her true passion when she stepped onto the stage in the play The Nest of the Woodgrass. It was a turning point in her life, as theater gave her a sense of comfort and freedom that Hollywood never could. After that, Phoebe continued to receive praise for her stage performances, and it was there that she finally felt truly happy. She once shared, "There aren't many great roles for women in films, but the stage has plenty." Phoebe never regretted pursuing a career in theater. She believed it was where she truly belonged. Throughout her film career, Phoebe appeared in only a handful of movies, and not all of them were memorable. However, films like Gremlins, Drop Dead Fred, and Princess Caribou remain unforgettable to her fans. Even though she didn't continue in film for long, Phoebe became a unique symbol of the 1,980 seconds, and her work is still remembered with admiration. These films not only defined her career but also earned her a distinct place in cinematic history. In 2001, Phoebe Cates officially bid farewell to the big screen with her role in The Anniversary Party. Since then, she has largely stepped away from Hollywood. Yet, even though the film industry could not keep her, Phoebe found something far more fulfilling: love and a life centered around her personal passions. But was her love life as complicated as her career? Let's take a closer look at the relationships she's been through. Phoebe Cates was known as a private woman who guarded her personal life with great care. Unlike many other celebrities, she kept her relationships and personal matters away from the public eye. Phoebe always tried to maintain secrecy about her romantic life, and many believe this was because she felt uncomfortable with the media intruding into such private areas. Another possible reason was that she wasn't particularly proud of all the men she had been involved with, and her first relationship in the entertainment industry was a perfect example. Phoebe's first known relationship in show business was with film producer Stavros Merjos. The two first met at the legendary Studio 54 back when Phoebe was still a successful model with no intention of entering Hollywood. Stavros, who was immediately captivated by her beauty and charm, was the one who persuaded her to try acting. The couple spent 3 years together, living closely and sharing an intimate bond during that time. However, the reasons behind their breakup were never revealed. Although Stavros later spoke fondly of Phoebe, praising her calm nature and lack of ego, many suspected the relationship didn't end well. Phoebe rarely mentioned him in interviews, and some believe she never fully forgave him for convincing her to enter an industry that would later leave her feeling disillusioned and exhausted. After her relationship with Stavros, Phoebe quickly entered another romance, this time with her Paradise co-star Willie Ames. The couple tried to bring their on-screen chemistry into real life, but as many predicted, translating movie romance into reality doesn't always end well. Their relationship lasted only a year before they quietly parted ways, and Phoebe once again continued her search for true love. Eventually, Phoebe found that love with actor Kevin Kline, a relationship she would later describe as fulfilling and enduring. When they first met, Phoebe was just 19 and still modeling, while Kevin was 35, already an established actor who had performed in acclaimed stage plays like Loose Ends. Their relationship didn't blossom right away. Kevin initially thought Phoebe was too lively and young to settle down with someone like him. But when they met again sometime later, the connection between them was undeniable, and that's when their love story truly began. After several years together and overcoming numerous challenges, Phoebe and Kevin married in 1,989 inches, a private ceremony in New York. Though they kept their relationship out of the public eye, their union built a warm, grounded family life. The couple welcomed their first son, Owen Joseph, in 1991 and their daughter, Greta Simone, in 1994. Motherhood came quickly for Phoebe, and she soon found herself struggling to balance family and career. At one point, she realized she had to make a choice between the two. Ultimately, she decided to step away from acting to dedicate herself to raising her children. She explained in an interview, "I knew acting was no longer for me, I just didn't have the motivation anymore." As for Kevin Kline, he believed their age difference was actually what kept their love strong. By the time he met Phoebe, he was in his 42nd and had already outgrown his obsession with Hollywood fame. He said this maturity became the secret glue that held their marriage together through the years. Kevin also emphasized the importance of nurturing their bond, saying, "We always have dinner together at least once a week. Our kids have never felt like we were distant." That steady commitment has been the foundation of their lasting love, a marriage that has endured for more than 3 decades. Since retiring from acting in 2001, Phoebe Cates has devoted herself entirely to her family. Even though she no longer appears on screen, she and Kevin Kline continue to enjoy a quiet, happy life together. Some people might assume that Phoebe Cates left the entertainment industry because she lacked the talent to sustain her career, but that couldn't be further from the truth. She had achieved great success and was beloved for many of her memorable film roles. However, after experiencing the height of fame, Cates no longer found fulfillment in the fast-paced, often superficial world of Hollywood. Instead, she chose a simpler, more peaceful life away from the spotlight. She once shared that although some people couldn't understand her decision, family and her new business ventures were what truly brought her happiness. Meanwhile, Hollywood never truly forgot Phoebe Cates. She occasionally appears at industry events alongside her husband, actor, and director Kevin Kline. In 2005, she took a new step in her journey by opening a boutique called Blue Tree in Manhattan, New York. A move that marked her transformation from actress to entrepreneur. The store isn't just a retail space. It's an artistic expression of Phoebe's personal taste and aesthetic vision. Blue Tree offers a curated selection of jewelry, clothing, perfumes, artwork, and stuffed animals, each piece reflecting her unique sense of style. The business quickly gained popularity and became a local favorite, proving that Cates' entrepreneurial career was just as successful as her time in film. With her keen eye for beauty and appreciation for small details, Phoebe found joy not only in running the store, but also in living freely without the pressures of the entertainment industry. Though she has long stepped away from Hollywood, she feels no sense of loss or regret. On the contrary, she's deeply content with the quiet life she has chosen. Cates once said that while Hollywood and fame brought her many opportunities, stardom was never what she truly sought. "Some people have trouble understanding that," she explained, "but I love the life I have." Her decision reflects not only her strength and independence, but also a free spirit, one unshackled by the expectations and definitions of others. Beyond her business ventures, Phoebe Cates also showcased a lesser-known talent, singing. During her acting career, she demonstrated her vocal abilities in several films, most notably in Paradise, 1982, where she performed the movie's theme song. In the comedy Private School, 1983, she also sang 2 tracks featured in the soundtrack Just One Touch and How Do I Let You Know. Though she never pursued a professional music career, her singing talent added an extra layer of charm to her work as an actress. Phoebe's children have also found their own paths in the world of art and entertainment. Her daughter, Greta Kline, became a successful indie musician known for her unique sound and poetic lyrics inspired by Frank O'Hara's poetry. Her son, much like his father, followed a career in film and appeared in The Squid and the Whale. For Phoebe, her children became her greatest joy and the heart of her purpose. She has often said that raising them has been the most fulfilling experience of her life. Now at 60, Phoebe Cates still looks radiant and youthful. Often compared to a woman in her 42nd, she continues to live a joyful and peaceful life surrounded by her family, her 2 beautiful children, and her loving husband. Phoebe Cates' story is a powerful reminder that not everyone needs to live according to society's expectations or chase fame to find happiness. True fulfillment often comes from doing what you love and finding peace and simplicity. Phoebe chose a different path, one that few have the courage to take, and today she enjoys a meaningful, contented life far from the chaos of Hollywood. With an estimated net worth of around $35 million, Phoebe Cates stands as a living testament to the idea that simplicity and success can go hand in hand. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you found it interesting and want to see more stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Just one click and you'll never miss another fascinating story again.